the truth profoundly. These are Germans here. Follow me to the message clear. Go Paul, Das, and Paul. They say Duane the writer leads the way. Time to madness, it's blight. Gotta wake up, see the light.
You know what's funny is that for I don't know how many decades and centuries, people keep bringing up that idea. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? See, this is how, donut people think. They keep bringing up the same thing.
Which includes me, apparently. Whatever that means.
Well, now you can explain this to them, Eric, because you're the egg.
Have I graduated from donut, or am I still a donut?
I really didn't consider any graduation.
Well, I can't, always be a donut,
Well, yes, you can. Interestingly enough, yes, I saw Kelsey on the real side the other day. Well, the idea is that Kelsey was blabbing on like, some other people we know, not really saying anything. And I said,
Wait,
Kelsey.
No, give the tea.
You have to give up the control. And then she calmed down.
Is she going to be coming back?
Well, I don't know, Eric. I didn't ask her that.
Damn, you should have. Why didn't you?
Because it's her choice, not mine. See, that's how things are.
Is she a donut or an idiot?
She's something else.
Okay, the secret third thing.
I don't think about her. She just happened to show up because she knows she needs help, but again, she likes her control right now. I see that in other people too. They like a type of control. Everybody has a type of control that they like for their personal self. And I know it's very hard. Dealing with the personal self is very, very difficult.
I gotta know the deets, bro.
You drink gasoline, Eric?
Yeah, he drinks G fluid, that's gasoline fluid.
It's not gasoline, it's tomato awareness. It's tomato and grass together in this beautiful energy combination.
Just like your
we aren't cars, bro.
Your tap water is called fluoride, but it's actually aluminum and other toxic poisons. There's no such thing as fluoride. But I
feel like science would disagree with you, but we'll gloss over that.
Oh, you mean the Nazis that call themselves scientists?
Go off, King.
Some people really love their programming. Go ahead, Phil.
Absolutely.
It actually is pretty hot to just be programmed. Sorry, I didn't say anything. Go ahead, Phil.
The stream started off with me waking up, laying in bed, and I had heavy covers on me as if they were made out of leaves and sticks. Very woody sense in the air. I think I had some morning wood as well. It's kind of funny. Anyways, I decided to get up out of bed and look around, trying to figure out where I'm at. Felt like I was partially aware, but not entirely so. And I just start walking forward. They're kind of like buildings, but the buildings were like trees or some sort of plant. But they were definitely walls, almost like they're concrete, but made of wood. And I kept seeing these large fruits hanging from the trees up high. And I kept glaring at them. They looked pretty tasty. Really wasn't quite sure what they were. Just some sort of fruit. And as I keep walking further, the branches that they're hanging from are lower and lower. And I keep looking back up at the fruits. And then I start walking forward again. And the branches are getting lower and lower and lower. And I notice the fruits are coming closer. I look back up, and sure enough, the branches and fruit are closer. So then I start walking forward again, and I just keep going for a while. And the branches get lower and lower, and the fruit closer and closer. I can always reach up and grab one, but as I do, it just kind of gets further away. And at this point, I'm a little shocked. So I can decide to continue walking forward. And I keep going forward and forward, and the branches are getting closer and closer. I stop and look up, and there's a fruit right there reaching out for me, not me reaching to it. It was weird, odd. I wasn't quite sure what was going on. I was just feeling weird at this point. Drippy, slimy, wet. And then I wake up again. I'm back in the same bed I woke up in before. Heavy leaf blankets with wood, sticks, and, well, I had morning wood again. And I just kind of ignore it and get back up. And I start walking down the same direction to what I thought was a dream before, but maybe I did the same thing. And I just keep walking forward and forward. And branches above me start getting closer and closer. The fruit dangling from them, this time looking much larger, pulsing, squirting. Not entirely sure what it was. But I continue walking forward and forward, the branches getting closer and closer. And I just had this shiver up my spine. I wasn't sure why or even where it came from. And I shivered again, feeling tingly all over. Almost like squirmish. And from the awkwardness of the sensation, I just decided to walk forward and forward again. And next thing I know, it's just the fruit are getting closer again. They're even bigger than before. They're undulating, pulsing, and squirting and dribbling more of those juices. And then I just start feeling sick and full. It began to fall over. But before I hit the ground, I woke up in that same bed again. The heavy leaf blanket with sticks and wood. And I looked down expecting to have morning wood again, but I didn't. But I had that sensation, just full, meaty, stiff. And I just kind of wobble up to my feet this time. And then the passageway, I kept going down. And I went down it many more times than just the few. There was a mirror. And I didn't see myself. I just made out the shape of a dragon in the mirror, flying in behind me. Before I could respond, it tackled me to the ground, hitting me against the mirror. The light coming down through the treetops, where it barreled through and opened it up some, so light was pillaring down. He pressed down on my chest. This is a big red dragon. Strong. Very pharaoh-ish, but looks like it could walk in two legs if it really wanted to. And I just felt even fuller, and I couldn't quite make out what was going on. But I was feeling the squirming deep inside me again. And I was looking around on me, not paying the dragon too much mind. And I felt squirming even more within me. I couldn't see what was inside me, but it just felt so full. I almost felt ripe. Like the sun-kissed flesh of a summer's day, I just tingled. Droplets of sweat running down what I thought was my skin? Not really. But it was. Then, suddenly, my chest was squeezed tight. I tried to catch a breath, but nothing came out. And that's when it happened. Something burst free. But it wasn't what everyone or anyone expected. It formed in front of me as the dragon loomed over top. Head far behind me now, and it bending forward, looking between its two front legs at me. I'm still looking in the same direction I am before. And the shapes and patterns just kind of merge. It turned into this huge, juicy dragon that felt as if it were alive and throbbing. The dragon seemed to grow and change color in an instant. Vibrant green at the beginning, turning into orange, red, then blue, and finally purple, swirling through its body. I was confused, unsure what to think of what I was seeing and experiencing. The dragon pressed further and more firmly down on my shoulders. And with that dragon member in front of me, coming more into shape and form, the smell of ripened fruit and sweetness filled my nostrils, transporting me back to fields full of orchards, as if I was basking under sun-drenched skies. Tactile sensations took over. Just very feral is how everything felt. Tiny points pierced my chest. At least it seemed like it. It felt like it. It's almost as if I could make out the shapes, but not quite. But for some reason, they were only a fraction bigger than grains of sugar. This gave rise to another layer, gentle warmth, similar to that is coming when the skin finally returns on contact with another skin. As I gazed inside at myself, this dragon kept breathing, an aura deep within my own workings. It was like a vibrational resonance. I realized after taking several timeouts to slowly recuperate, there aren't any eyes. The whole depths feels unshrouded, but yet filled entirely in color. But my skin, my muscles responded perfectly, like how those colors would blend under perfect atmospheric circumstances. Such warmth seeping inside you and outside, turning things purple and red, orange, and other such things. Skin undulated, sweating, oozing. But most definitely deep as when our minds feel strong and fragile. The dragon felt as if it was bonding with me, mentally, physically. We might normally dismiss, completely like this huge blue dragon breathing out. I have a moment of clarity. The dragon was red, not blue. I struggled some. Before I know, I was being absorbed into the dragon. Somewhere melting away deep between its felt like loins, warmth and comforting. Warm and wet, I sunk in. That was the dream.
It's funny. You kids are funny. So there's one that you will get to think about for a lot of years. What's that all about? We all get those. Yeah. Not everything can be explained. It's kind of like what life is. You really can't explain it. Things happen. That's it. So, there's your experience. No, really. You can't explain everything. Simply because, creation is funny. Even though we think we can explain things realistically you can't. Look at your life. Look at everything that is explained. Does it really make sense according to how it's explained? No, it doesn't. Just even like you can pick any idea, like, oh, do we really need gasoline? But people will say, yeah, I need gasoline for my car. Well, guess what? You don't. Cars can run on anything. But there are those who control others have decided that, no, it's going to be gasoline because that's what we want. And that's what we want people to think. You see? You're in a world that doesn't make sense, and you've been taught how to think about things that don't make sense. So again, you're having an experience. And realistically, what can really be explained? And even when it is, do you understand? Is there something you understand? Creation is a process that we go through to eventually recognize what life is. Otherwise, it's basically worthless. So until you get to that point where you can utilize it to become more aware as to what all life is, it all really becomes nothing. So your experience there is whatever it is. Yeah, and I have these things too, and I deal with others, whatever, and silly stuff. And after a while, you know what? You don't want to hear it anymore. So even some of the experiences that I have, mainly with other people or whatever, I don't even consider them.
You crew, we gather round real guys, bring the truth profound. These are Germans here, for me to the message clear. Go Paul, dance and Paul, they say Duane the writer leads the way. Time to madness, it's blight, gotta wake up, see the light. Don't think, just feel the vibe. The suns are gonna cause it dry. Break the chains, the mental hold. Truth unfold, the storms are guide, a cosmic drive. Break the chains, the mental hold. The truth unfold, the story told. We strong, a united front. Against the darkness, we will hunt. Time to break the simulation spell with new you power. We are skibbity new you, breaking free from the matrix. Dark forces lurking, reptilian scheme. That lies that control a twisted dream. You together, we rise above, shattering the lies, spreading risky. I knew you're staring at the thing to be done. Staring at the sun, the only thing to be